Hey guys, so this is Daniel, right? And this is kind of a cry for help kind of video, this is. But before we get into that, first of all I want to thank Astrovex for the shout out he gave me yesterday or today or whenever you're watching this, and when in comparison with when he first uploaded his video. Anyway, right, cry for help. Swallowing. Right, I am having problems with Adobe After Effects, which is the program I use to output my footage after I've added all the effects to it. I always output it in 1080p, as you might know, which is no problem when it comes to rendering because this computer can handle it. It'll do an 8-minute video in less than an hour. But I'm having problems with the way it's outputting the videos and the condition it's outputting them in. Right, we're on the footage on the screen. Yeah, if I change the camera so you can see. Yeah. Right, normally on the screen it'll always show up as, let me just bring one up. Open recent projects. No, just open for it. Don't save. Bear with me on it. Okay. Just bring up one that's already been done. Here we are, right. Right, this was the latest short kind of movie kind of thing, episode thing or whatever that we did. And it's taking a few to upload because it is quite a big file. Right, now that is in 1080 if I'm correct. Yep, that's in 1080p, 25 frames a second, and the reason I set it to 25 frames a second is because my camera, for some reason, it only outputs at 25. I'm not sure how to increase that yet, but I'm going to look into it. But anyway, on here now, that appears to me as quite detailed, that does now. Yeah, that is quite detailed from what I can see, and if I just run the little preview of it, 2 seconds, just let it buffer a second. Oh no. Yeah, and never mind. But it appears, pretty much crisp it is, it's really, really detailed and all. But the output of it always appears extremely blocky and pixelated, it does. Which never used to happen when I used to do these on my laptop, and I've been using the exact same settings as I did on my laptop I have. So my shout out, well not shout out, my cry for help, if you will, is if anyone out there is very familiar with After Effects and has come across this problem before, I would like some tips on the appropriate settings or some some variables to take into consideration depending on what type of machine you're using and its capabilities and all that. But at the moment, the settings I use, let's see, right, well, it's 1080 HD TV 25, log aspect ratio, whatever, right? Okay, I always set it to 32 BPC floating. Don't ask me why. I just, out of personal experience, when I had it on my laptop, that brought up better quality videos. And the render settings I always use, right, the best settings I pretty much don't touch, I just keep them the way they are. And on the lossless thing, I always pick H.264. I always pick that setting. Let's move the camera back again. Right, I always pick that setting right there. The H2, so let me zoom out a little bit. There. Right, so in the settings I always change the video from AVI to H.264. I always highlight the include source XMP metadata, and I also click the output, the audio output setting. But lately, every time I do this, whenever I set it to H.264, I always get this warning coming up saying that output files will be resized from 1080 to 720. And it says it does that to meet with format constraints. Now, I think this is the root of the problem, personally, because I can't see any other reason. I can't think of any other reasons for it, basically. I would like to know how to stop it so I can output in 1080. I will try outputting in 720 to see if that changes. If it doesn't, though, I would really appreciate as much help as I can, because I do want to start outputting videos in as good a quality as I used to. Because although most of you might not notice it, I do, and I'm just too much of a perfectionist, and I hate I like my videos. If I'm outputting them in HD, I want them to be in HD. I'm just like that, as I'm sure many of you are. So, right, any help anyone can give me, if you are very, very fluent, or whatever word you want to use, in After Effects, you use it a lot, I would appreciate as much help as possible. And that's it, really. Nothing more I can say. Keep a lookout for future uploads. I'm working on a bit of an ambitious project now, as you know from the last video. And, well, that's all I got to say. So, I'm Sinister Dan. See ya.